randomly decided to go through all of my old homework for no reason at all, and I found this drawing of a house in my geometry textbook. So I decided to build that house in Bloxburg.
Except the issue is that the grids in my notebook and in bloxburg are completely different.
To solve this problem, I completely forgot about anything being mathematically correct, and I traced over the drawing and then readjusted the build until it looked closest to the outline. I only have like half a gigabyte left on my phone, and I do not know how to build on a computer whatsoever, so my recording kept failing or only saving the last few seconds. So I can't make this a speed build as like I said, the recording is completely inconsistent. But I did spend a very long time on decorating this, which is actually funny because 90% of all of my Bloxburg houses are just completely decals. I remember back in like 2023, before I even had this channel, I think, because it was mostly in the summer, I really wanted to be a Bloxburg YouTuber, and I would just randomly screen record all of my builds. And I think at one point I even had like my own main avatar, and I wanted to start a roleplay series for some reason. It was really stupid, but my Bloxburg phase is very vividly stuck in my memory. Oh, I would also send my friends pictures of those really ugly builds, and their reactions were actually really funny. I don't even know why they were that nice about it.
Give me your honest opinions on my Bloxburg house.
Okay, I am being very honest, but I feel like the kitchen counters can use some working, but it's very cute. Very cute.
Another thing with my lackluster building skills is I always use the same exact color palette for like every single build, and mind you, I don't play this game often, so these builds are like, what, 8-10 months apart? I mean, obviously the colors look good together, or else I wouldn't be using them that often. I don't know, I just find it really funny. Also, just automatically assume that any currency that I have in this game was automatically bought with Robux, because I am not spending 5 hours delivering pizzas. I am sorry. Also, I feel like this was 2 years ago. I don't know why I'm just now talking about it. Probably because I barely play this game. But they nuked the job system so badly with that moods update. I remember that moods update was so bad, even the non-Bloxburg YouTubers were talking about it. Like, literally, those speed GFX drama YouTubers, they were like making 5 videos about it each day.
Hey Toasties, today we are talking about how Bloxburg is going down the same path as Royal High, and they're taxing their players with Roblox capitalism.
Guys, I'm joking. I swear, I had nothing against Toast. I literally commissioned her. She's not Australian either. Don't attack me, please. When I was decorating the meth house... I meant math house. I meant math house, I swear. When I was decorating the math house, I had a lot of trouble with the paneling. I feel like, honestly, when I'm decorating any build, paneling is really the hardest part, because like the default panels, I don't like how they look, so I either use decals or I make my own with rods, and it might just be because I build on mobile, but it's genuinely so hard to get the rods to go completely straight and look symmetrical. They need to add a smaller grid option, because right now, like, the smallest option that they have is way too big for adding really tiny details. Also, I feel like I made this build way too small, because later when I'm decorating the bedroom, I had to put the toilet and the shower right next to the bed. I mean, obviously I could have just made a separate room for the bathroom, but I am very lazy when it comes to making bathrooms. I remember the last build that I made, exactly 1 year ago by the way, was a underwater house. And I didn't even have a toilet in there. I literally just had like a tiny secret room right next to the bed where it led you to a bathtub and a sink. There's also a Google Doc with all of the decal codes that I uploaded for this build. This doesn't count for the decals that I found on Pinterest or searched up myself, so you'll have to kind of scavenger hunt for those if you want to use those too. I remember back when I was still active on Bloxburg, at least like early 2023, I was really scared to upload decals because I got a ban warning for uploading a picture of sheet music, like this very random sheet music picture that I found on Pinterest. And I don't know, I was young, I was like very young at the time, so I don't know, I just didn't really understand how it was wrong. I mean, obviously I still don't, but yeah, I did not use decals for a while because of that. Whoa, device change. Here is the exterior. I spent like 5 minutes on it, but I did add this cute little night picnic area. And then here is sort of the walk-in, and then the kitchen and the living room are obviously in the same room. It's very tiny, but I think it's cute. And there's like a singular bookshelf, and then right here is another view of the couch. The rugs, they kept glitching, but other than that, I think it's cute. And then we go into this custom door that I spent like an hour on. You get our tiny, very tiny, cramped bedroom. And the corkboard decal was weirdly pixelated. I have no idea why. And then here are all the basic necessities that I was too lazy to make a separate room for. We have the shower and a Hello Kitty poster right above the toilet. Then this super cramped sink. And the total worth of this tiny meth house is $156,000.